Whoa. It would be even cooler if this was a driving range, but it's just separate T-pads. But it looks like people are just getting ready to...
Amazing.
Great hair flowing in the wind.
That's like anime level hair.
No. If it was anime level hair, it'd be up. It would be defying gravity right now. And it'd either be defying gravity or some neon color.
I hope he tunes in.
It's brown. This is just normal person brown hair.
Just a normal person brown hair. No, Josh, that's where you're wrong.
No anime. No.
He is him.
He is him. Okay. Well, welcome back to another Patreon form review. That's probably the best welcome we could have given you, honestly. So, for those who are watching this on playback or who have never seen this before, what in the world are we doing? We have a Patreon. The link is in the description below, where I teach private lessons. We also do form reviews. We also have this $5 tier that's really cool. It gets you on our server, where people talk about nerdy disc golf stuff all the time. Discs, form, Eagle McMahon and fission dimensions, and it's all there. It's all there. So if you're going along this journey and you want to just like plug into a community that's non-toxic, well, you slap a community behind a paywall, all the toxic people are gone. Turns out when you got to put your money where your mouth is, they don't show up. So if that sounds like a good time to you, check out our Patreon in the link in the description below. It is a good time. All right, from the top, we're going to roll it. We only got 6 people today. Pretty short, but going to mow through this so that you guys can, not going to rush through it, but I want to be intentional with moving forward on the progress here so that we can get back to watching some Coil Open, some European stuff. Watch these European announcers slay their enemies. Hello from your favorite turtle, Stoneback. It's just like this jacked turtle, grandpa turtle. I had an idea for, this is not going with being very direct, but I had an idea for a movie. You know how people take like sci-fi movies and then they like take a small idea and they're like, okay, what if this would be like to its extreme? And I thought about, well, what if you took to the extreme, like eat your vegetables and you'll grow up to be big and strong, right? People who ate healthier, they actually got bigger and stronger. And the people who live longer, like there was just like no decline in health. It was just grandpas who ate their vegetables would be like 10 feet tall, jacked guys. Basically take Eddie Hall, and that's a grandpa. Morning. Guten Morgen. So then, of course, you'd have some people trying to take out the younger guys, and you'd have some grandpas defending like the children who are like even more fragile now. Anyways, the beast. It makes good content. Eddie does. I enjoy watching his stuff. Okay, where should we start? Well, I'm going to start. Dang. Yeah, somebody in our Discord said, like, form reviews and being plugged into the community is like speedrunning your first year of disc golf. So they posted their UDisc rating. It was like 219 for their round, which is pretty good after a year. So it is kind of a cheat code. You can streamline stuff. So if you know what you're doing. And you got a lot of time. So, okay, here we go. We're going to start. How can we not?
Oh, it's a cutie.
Good thing you're not mic'd up. Wow, the wind. You can't pay for better wind than this. Look at it. Let's just...
I know it. They actually remind me more of like Mulan hair.
Ping. My name's Ping.
Still animation.
Ooh.
Oh, baby. We all know.
Making all the ladies jealous.
I just was a bit more actually. Oh, here it comes.
Okay. So in terms of fixing things, a little more coil here. Let's turn this back a bit more. I should remember not to whistle into the microphone. It's so hard. All right. Here we go. Pew! All right, so if you look here, your shoulders are here, Simon's are here. Right, so we're looking to get that extra bit of turn here. His hips, your hips are facing towards us. His are back a little bit more, all right, which turns this knee and this foot back a little bit so that they're not open. So just one thing right there, right? You just need a little bit better coil, better unit turn, and then that'll set you up for your forward move. And we'll work on that because we don't want the hand on the front of the disc here. Oh wait, Stone, I could have done your stuff first. Oh, well, I already started this. I didn't realize you were... I thought you were just chilling. Okay. All right, so first thing, once we get here to this left step, we need to spin the entirety of this final step turning. Right, you got to turn as far back as you can. Good drill to do this. One of my favorites, little sea bass special. Door frame drill is good if you just grab here and you let it pull all the way back. All right. Some people are prone to get stuck here because they don't want to loosen up like this core and let the shoulder turn all the way back. You're looking for this. I want to see your back, right? I don't want to see here your chest. Right? So as we go forward, it's here, turn all the way away, like that. Right, so big turn with the shoulders. Get yourself in front of a mirror, in front of a camera or something, iPad where you can see yourself. We're looking for, once you get on this left step, then we turn all the way back. Okay? So that's the first thing. Now, when we turn back, I want you to notice our hand position on the disc. We're going to put our hand on the outside of the disc, not the front of the disc. Make sure that the disc is nice and secure in your hand. We just dropped the whole video on grip that covers that, so check in with that video and just check in with your grip. But when you turn those shoulders back, get your hand on the outside of the disc or even towards the back of it a little bit. There's going to be a nice natural curl. You don't need to go like this and touch your forearm with the disc. There. Right. And now we move the disc forward with our hand on that same spot. So don't let your hand come around to the front. Right. Here, forward with it on that same spot of the disc. And keep it on that spot for as long as you can. About here, I can't keep it on that spot any longer. It has to start moving to the front. But definitely don't go from here to there right away. Right? Keep the hand moving forward, directly forward on the back side / outside of the disc. Right? That is your homework. If you can get in that coiled position with your hand on the back of the disc, I think that's of first importance. Coiled position, hand on the back / outside the disc, moving it forward with your hand on the backside, 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 and then eventually it moves around to the front. Okay. Stone, here we go. What did we work on last time, Stone? Remind me, in case I don't automatically remember, which is sometimes happens that I will remember. Okay. Feet and centering. Okay, good. Well, hey, look at that. Nice. Yes, centered, loving it. Good. Good work. Right, and you decided to stack form reviews because you were getting the work done. Okay, same thing with you as we had with the last guy. You just need more coil now. So look at the shoulders here. Your back shoulder is moving, like your right shoulder is moving, sorry, backwards. Probably as far as you can go. Some people have this cue of like moving the left shoulder back towards the target, right? So I think you've probably focused on your right enough to get you to this position, right? If I just focus on my right shoulder, I'm here. If I don't think about pulling my left shoulder towards the target, right? So they're kind of opposite moves. The right goes back as the left goes forward, right? So if you're able to stand up where you're at, get in this position, get here, and then pull this left shoulder that extra bit back and get that full back swing. Let me know when you've done that. Let me know when you feel that. Some people have the feeling of, sometimes they think about this elbow, like elbowing someone that's towards the net with the left to get that full turn. I will wait. I'm assuming you're in a place that you can stand up. If you're at work, let me know too. Sometimes that happens. I'm not saying you would ever do that personally, but some people.
Workouts, for sure. You did say putting in that work, so I mean, seems to me not doing that.
Okay. Now from there, so that's part one of what you got to work on. Make sure that left shoulder gets all the way targetward. I would avoid doing this, like with the left hand, just because it's hard. It's hard to pull it in later. So it's better if you just go boom, left elbow. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to work on is the first move from back here is your hand. So let your hand go forward and let that turn your body. Instead of you get back here and then you turn your body and it brings your hand. Instead, send your hand and let it bring your body. So the difference in that would be if I'm here, that's the one where I turn first. I disappeared. And then here, it's the correct one is back, hand first. The feel is very much throwing behind me because I've set up to where I've elbowed someone towards the net. So now my chest and all that's backwards. And then you go, so you elbow with the left and then you send the right. And then that pulls you forward. So it's basically elbow with the left, elbow with the right. So you can see here that your head and your shoulders like trying to pull it around. Nay, nay. From here, send the hand. Yep, the first move. Because you do send the hand a bit. You just do it after this first move with the shoulders. Like it's already being dragged forward, and then you go. Instead, stop everything, send the hand. And just like I was telling the last guy, hand on the outside of the disc as long as possible. Will help keep you nice and closed. Boop. and the eyes don't have to go forward, right? The attention is back, and as the hand pulls the shoulders open, it will pull the head up. Nice work thus far. All right. Based. I don't know what that means in today's vernacular.
That's like solid base.
Gotcha. Dang.
Like if you're big,
I got it.
like a
Good foundation.
yeah.
I gotcha.
Who's you big? Boris.
Doris.
Boris.
Bonjour. Ah, d'échappé. Mikey knows the lingo. He does. He does. I'll have to use it with my. I started coaching. My girls are in tennis clinics, so if I coach, they get to do their clinics for free, and I get paid. So, like 2 nights a week, I'm coaching tennis for like a 6 or 8 week session. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'd like to throw out like random lingo, just like in obviously awkward ways, so that the like 15-year-old girls are like think it's super weird. It's better this way. Not even to try to be cool.
What did you guys do today? Oh, well, I worked on a little bit of homework. Base. That's
Based.
how you do this.
Yeah, I'll have them go. High, lots of spin, lots of based.
Base. Base.
So, yeah. I had one of the girls. What did she do? It was yeah. She was just doing particularly well, and I was just like, as the kids say, let her cook.
Let her cook. That's so base, coach. Thanks.
Let her cook. And they were like, yeah, it's funny because you never know if the kids will be like, that's solid, or they'll be like, ew, gross. Either reaction is fine to me. As long as they hit the ball high over the net with lots of spin deep in the court.
Whoa.
The footwork is not bad. The balance and the posture, like your feet are in the right place, which is a win in and of itself. The posture, your butt's like too far underneath you, you're too far back towards your heels. It's very like you're on stilts almost, right? It's unathletic in its posture, which would get you, it would just be a way better throw. So that's kind of first thing, is let's get this posture. Whoops. Just got my phone in my pocket for some reason. Instead of being here like this, where the butt is set underneath the torso, right? Let's get athletic here. Stick your butt out more than you think I'm asking you to do, and then maybe you'll be close. Right here. So that we can move through same footwork pattern that you're doing right now because you've got that good. But there. This is going to allow us, when we coil, to look like this instead of back towards the heels, which looks like where you're at now. Right? And now everything's like an Anheuser. Right? Powerful posture. Sit into it. Get your knees bent. Get your butt out. And then when we coil, the coil looks like this. Instead of this, where we're towards the heels. The feet are open, right? Towards the toes. I'm not saying that you have to be like this. But there. Solid base. It's going to put the knees in towards each other a little bit. Nice turn here. And so now you can see the difference. My right shoulder, because I'm in that position, my right shoulder ends up being dropped below my left. Now I've just got a much more solid coil. Second thing is don't flare your hand like on the front of the disc like this. Keep it like comfortably curled. All right, so here, this position with the hand, not this position where you're flinging the elbow like inside and up, but here. That's going to set you up for a much better move through.
I don't want to boost your ego too much, but your forearm looks really good in that lighting.
Well, it's not boosting my ego, it's boosting the light's ego.
It's unbelievably defined. It's quite nice.
I have been coaching tennis again. I've done like 3 classes. But you know, that is like probably 600 tennis balls a class.
That's right. It's a lot of reps. Low weight, high reps.
Well, you know my racket.
That's right. Yeah, high weight.
David Voodoo. I don't know how you do the voodoo.
David Vado.
I will always have a tan line.
Dude looks like almost Nick Rush.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy. I thought you were talking about me.
This guy looks like almost Nick Rush. I mean, those forearms.
It's the lighting.
Those forearms definitely look like Nick Rush.
Do we need to make this not made for kids? Okay, bit more coil. You get shallow here, and that's going to be a problem, I think, with the thumb off the flight plate. So you definitely have some, like, this is a putter or a mid maybe. This is one of those situations where grip it gets stuck on your finger. This is in need of a grip video. But get your grip solid here. Pull it into your palm. And then put your thumb on top. Your thumb doesn't have to be pressing crazy hard, but get the thumb on there so it's on top. Right now it looks like you're a little like towards the front somehow. But it's weird because your thumb is literally not on the disc until
I've never seen that.
here. Yeah, I can see like bits of the grip. But yeah, then it tugs real hard. But the wobble is from thumb for sure. Like I can get easily to like 10 wobble if I float my thumb like yours. Like I've done it. Literally the wobble's atrocious. So the thumb needs to be on there. At least partly. Yeah, and I think it's impeding your coil a bit as well, because you go back and if you get this thing I mean you can hold it pretty solidly here, right? But get a full coil, put the thumb on, and focus on keeping these here and keeping your hand on this part of the disc because you move your hand, your shoulder rotation is pulling your hand to the front super early. And here, really, really tough to get spin from here. Right, but here, if you can quiet your shoulders down, get the disc curled up inside the pocket here, and as you move the disc forward, it will uncurl, and this is where you're getting all this spin and snap from, right? But if you're already here, this is way less. It's like taking a towel and going and trying to pop along the outside. You can do it, it's just not going to be that poppy. Better if you come inside with it here. So, hey David, I was talking about your grip. Back here, your thumb's off the disc. Right here, you're pulling it off the disc, and it's staying off as you move forward. All right, get your grip. You need to spend some time with your grip. Right, get it secure here, and put your thumb on there. And you just need to spend some time going back to this drill here. We turn back, even doing it as a patent pending, right? Here, throw behind you, just with your hand on the outside of the disc the whole time. It'll move later, but here, make sure your grip is solid behind you. And then keep this all back. Yeah, because the reason that you're struggling with your lead arm is because you're struggling with your shoulders moving too much. So, here, there, right? Get the shoulders out of the way so you can focus on the lead arm. Yeah, this is the back angle here. You almost hit your body because your body almost hits your disc. Right, so your left pec is coming in, chasing the disc, and then your disc runs away. Right, going really outside. So here, extend more towards us. Then move your hand forward, leave your shoulders. You're not too leaned over. No, it's a good, you've got good posture. Your problem is literally grip. Grip and too active of shoulders in relation to the hand. Yeah, patent pending is good. I think if you want to bring out the big guns, you set up like this, like just backwards to where you're throwing. And throw behind you and try to keep your chest back. And try to move the disc directly forward. But you really need to spend some time like just isolating focus on your grip as well. Like do the patent pending, but really spend time feeling this throughout the throw. Because you probably weren't feeling that it went like that throughout your throw. And it takes like a lot of focus to takes a lot of focus, usually with grip-related stuff, to feel like, oh, okay, oh yeah, it was off, or oh yeah, I, pressed super hard at the end. So yeah. Yes, the feeling is throwing behind you. Why is it called patent pending? I thought that was a Trash Panda podcast. Well, this preceded Jesse's podcast. Yeah. I forget who it was. If it was like a Climo or a Schultz or a McRae that did it, and someone was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Patent pending." Like it was like their special shot, and they're like, this is my patent's pending or something like that on this one." So yeah. Should front foot when planting be parallel with the front of the T-pad? Nothing. Don't base any of it off of the T-pad. For most people, will probably be slightly back. These are for Patreon members. These form reviews are. We do 2 a month, so there's going to be another one later on the 30th or 31st or something like that. The other day you mentioned pros never actually released the disc flat. It's just varying degrees of hyzer. I never knew that. Went back and watched a bunch of those throws, and sure enough, hyzer's just a more controllable angle, unless you're throwing over stable discs. But even then, overstable on hyzer is the most controllable shot shape. Okay, next we're going to do Robert Kimball Cho. Just Robert Kimball. But wasn't, for some reason, I think Cho's name on the Mentalist was Robert Kimball Cho. I don't know why. Kimball Cho. Yeah, it was Kimball Cho. Maybe it wasn't Robert. Maybe it was just Kimball Cho. I'm sure we got a lot of Mentalist enthusiasts in here. Mahi. Is there such thing as too deep in the pocket? Probably.
You can only do that if you throw it really slow, though.
Right. Yeah, there's not really such a thing as too deep, because if you were to go too deep in the pocket, it means that you can add more trunk rotation. And when you add more trunk rotation, it's harder to get deeper in the pocket. So, disc golf is wild, man. So deep pocket is like trying to cut through the center of a merry-go-round. Like your goal is to go straight through, but the faster that thing's going, the more your path is going to go like whoop as you start to go through. Right, so if everyone could get as deep as Anthony Barella, throwing however many miles an hour, they should try to do it. But the problem is when you try to go there, the timing's difficult, and the arm speed needed to get there before your hand starts swinging out and around is tough. Does tech disc throws equal real throwing? I mean, their simulator's pretty accurate, but you can't see the flight. Like, you can't visualize how you're throwing tech disc. You can see it on replay, but that's much different than making adjustments to actual flight. So I wouldn't use tech disc to make adjustments to flight. I'll use tech disc to make adjustments to speed, spin, things like that. And then go hone all of that out in the field. So, but I've thrown just as far on tech disc as I have in the real world. But I haven't thrown like further in the real world than tech disc. Same with Mikey, I think. Right, Mikey?
What?
Your furthest throws on tech disc or your furthest throws in real life as well, right? Like you haven't seen 600 on tech disc.
Right. My first throw was actually in real life.
Yeah, Mikey's furthest throw is actually in real life.
In a headwind.
In a headwind. Uphill. Snowing. Both ways. Okay, Discord link. That's via our Patreon. We have a community that's hid behind a dirty paywall. But it does keep the trolls out, which is very nice. So, yeah. You sign in to our Discord via our Patreon. And it gives you your roles and everything. So, okay. Here we go. To this throw. The angle's a little weird, but I guess we are side on to where we're throwing. Okay. So first, I want to get this position squared away. I want to get your posture squared away because you're very heelward here. Say you're rolling off of this left heel. Right, standing upright, and then you got a very active left side which is collapsing in your pocket. So two things. First things first. Second thing. Somebody put, did you see that, Dakota? Somebody's like chopped up.
Yeah,
First things, second things, first. Hey, Beast Mode Gym. It's $5 to get into the community. $5 a month, and you get a 20% discount in the store. And people are talking about it. Just being in there is going to be helpful, but I'm not going to force you to be in there. Really, for $5, I feel like if you're serious about disc golf, it's not that much of a spend. Although these are tough times, so I understand that. If you're on a budget and you're sticking to it, respect. Okay, so here, towards the toes, right now your butt's underneath like this. So you can walk on your toes like this, but once you go to turn and your butt's underneath you, you're gonna roll back to your heel, be off balanced, right? So here, get this nice like hike, right? Or nice athletic move. I can show them all. All right, so here. That way when we coil, we're still here. We're still towards the front part of the foot. We're not rolled back to the heel. Right, that's going to get you a much better coil. It's going to allow you to go further back. Like that. Right, so now you got all this space back here. Second thing, you're sabotaging your throw a little bit by sending this left hand so early. You're collapsing your pocket. You're like hugging yourself. Right, so instead, when we get back there, we're back. Leave the left hand alone. Right, send the right. Your left will come in tight on its own, but don't start using your left to rotate you forward. Right, here. Forward with the right. Here, forward with the right. Let the right open you up instead of forcing yourself open with the left. So it looks more like this. Here, right? This stretch is causing the open, not the open, because then you lose the hand. But this way, if you start with the right and you send the right, you get a nice long swing with the hand. So I get to start my swing all the way back here. Right, so I've got all this room, however many feet that is. Probably about 5 feet, 8 inches, I would imagine, my wingspan. Right, but I get all the way back, I get to swing all the way forward. versus let me turn. My arm hasn't done anything except start hugging me, and now I go, pew, right? 3-footer room, only half the swing. So I want to go here, send the right, leave the left, and then the left can come around at the end. Right? So it's a one-hand swing. We take both hands back together, we send the right forward. Both back together, right forward. So posture first, all the time. Down low. That starts here. Whenever you get side on, so if I go, boom, my right step here before my cross, in the posture. Full coil, send the right. How do you stop your chest from puffing out so much? You're going to have to clarify the question. Because to me, it sounds like diet. But I don't think that's what you're asking.
That sounds more like a shoulder to back thing.
Oh, yes.
Wait, this is, who's it?
This is MJ386.
It's a boss.
Ah. Okay. Slay. Slay your enemies. Raise your armies. Okay. Young killer. Let's see. So here, you can get more turn. Young man. So here, right now you're here. Sorry. You're here. While this front foot's going down more, you got to get this extra coil where you can see my back here, right? So instead of being here, get all the way there, all the way back. Just that extra little move. And then you're going to wait for this front foot to hit. You're not going to do anything with this left leg. On your left leg, instead of going there like that, which is turning everything forward, see how you turn your knee all the way forward and you went knee forward. It's much simpler than that. You just want to go boom, keep your feet right here. And then from here, throw. All right. My knee twisted in a little bit, but that's because I threw, not because you're going. Let your knee twist in, don't force it to twist in. All right, so you should do this as a drill. Boom, 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 plant, both feet firmly planted, not just on the toe. Both feet here. And then I'm going to leave my legs here and throw. Right? A little bit of twist, but not here. Right? So I just threw with my hand, but I tried to keep my legs here. Cement, just all cement. And then you do that moving up, and it looks like this. We'll add a little pause. It'll go here. Okay, then less and less of a pause. And then you can go full speed with basically no pause. So more coil first. Second off, stop that lower body, especially that left knee. Don't twist it in. Don't go whoop. Twist, right? And I'll just show you. Throwing, right? So when he throws, see how his chest is kind of pointing to us a little bit instead of forward. So get in this position instead. Your chest and your knee are pointing forward. He left his knee, so his chest and his knee are kind of pointing here. Just like a kid I used to coach in tennis. Okay, how do you stop your chest from puffing out so much? When I pull through, I've noticed sometimes I am puffing out my chest like I'm doing a standing bench press. I'm going to try to understand this. But it'd be really helpful if I saw some video, you know what I'm saying? Like that. You're just like pushing your shoulders forward instead of letting them. It's more of like a fly move than a push move. This move from here is more like a fly. Instead of any kind of in together with the shoulders. We're not trying to push the shoulders together. We're trying to keep them apart. It's $15 to submit a video. And that gets you on our server. And they get you a discount in the store. And other stuff probably. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we're going to hop off so that I'm assuming the Crocal Open is still going on, but we're going to hop off so that we don't interrupt any more of that viewing. I know probably all 12 of our people who are on here, DGN's probably feeling it right now. So,
Only down to 8K.
yeah, they're down to 8K now, so let's get in there and bump those numbers up. 8.001K.
Stream raid, stream raid.
Yeah, stream raid. Yeah, here we go. Overthrow send me, overthrow send me. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if we can get all 8 people. Overthrow send me. How lame. Do it. All right. Here we go. Peace.